Let's see here. Okay, we are live. We got the little ticker in the corner. So, welcome to our Wednesday mixer. Wait, that wouldn't work. Our Wednesday mixer. We're going to be talking all things like mortgage rates and medium price points and where the market stands. So we're going to be doing this every Wednesday. We're calling it the marketing mixer. And we are
every Wednesday, first at
every
the end of the
Wednesday.
month, right?
Yes, every Wednesday, the last Wednesday of the month. We'll be here at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, which is 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. Central Time. So if you don't have anything to do on Wednesdays, then join us because we're going to be talking all things marketing and all things housing and fun stuff that people need to know right now because our the economy and everything's just kind of all over the map and where things lay. And I know everybody's talking about NAR and stuff, but North Carolina has a pretty good handle on that as far as that goes. So we will be jumping into all these things. With me is my co-host, Jason, the financial ambassador. Woo woo.
Hey, what's going on, people?
So, fun story. He didn't know I was going to tell this, but we're going to kick this off with a funny story. Him and I really became friends over a tequila flight and water slides, and everybody else was scared to ride them on a cruise ship headed to Bermuda. Tell me if I'm wrong, Jason.
That is a true story. I was going to text you the other day. That picture of me, you, and Nate actually popped up with tequila in our hands on the boat. So yeah, very true story. That's how we became tight. Yes.
Yeah, and that's kind of where we got the marketing mixer, like the whole name and stuff. We wanted to do something fun and bring a little light to everything that's going on in our economy right now. So if you want some fun, join us on Wednesdays. So right now, the median price point for houses is around 515,000, give or take. Wouldn't you say, Jason?
Yeah, that's correct. I mean, how do you feel about that? Like, I feel like it's been a big shift.
Well, as you and I were talking before we hopped on, and we were talking about how we're one of the most expensive towns there is to live in right now. And the more we grow, the more expensive things are going to become. Yes, it is a big shift because a few years ago it was like 375, 365 was the medium. And when I started, it was like low 300s, which was like almost 10 years ago. So, but
yeah,
I mean, there's positives to it. It means we're growing, right?
I agree with that. Like, I've been in Raleigh for about, 8 years now. And just seeing the growth, it's been, mind-boggling to watch. So I'm not surprised by the report from like Smart Asset saying that we're the 23, I think, of what cost of a living city ranked. It's just right on par with the growth we're having, in the triangle.
Yes. So, we've got big companies coming here too that's pushing this growth. So it's not like we're just growing because everybody wants to come here. But it's not just Raleigh that's growing. Durham's growing. Johnston County is growing. All these people, and I know a lot of people that are old school here. They're not really feeling it. They don't like change. But at the same time, it's coming, whether you like it or not. So it's kind of like buckle up. So
yeah, I feel like we're here. Yeah, it's a new chapter.
Yes. So how do you feel, Mr. Financial Ambassador? First, what states do you work in? Like, what states are you able to do?
Primarily I work in North Carolina, where that's the home base. I'm based out of Raleigh. But, I'm also licensed in Florida, Virginia, West Virginia. So, we do a little bit of things here and there. And companies nationwide. So I can help people just about all over.
Nationwide is on your side. Every time somebody says that, it makes me think of that. So you can help people pretty much anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes. So speaking of helping people, what do you feel about these interest rates?
That's a very good hot topic everyone's talking about.
Yes.
There's some very important inflationary data coming out on Friday. And I think that's going to determine how the Fed is going to move Basically, they were pausing rates right now, kind of seeing where the inflation is going to go. If it starts cooling off, the plan is to drop it, have 3 interest rates drops by the Fed. Now, that doesn't directly affect mortgage rates, but it does inadvertently.
Okay.
Mortgage rates are basically based off mortgage-backed securities and the 10-year Treasury. So the Fed's lowering rates will drop that essentially.
Yes. Okay.
So I'm kind of bullish. I think we will have some rate drops probably towards the end of the summer into the fall, and I think we could have a really good boom in the real estate market towards that third quarter.
Yes, which would be awesome. So these sellers that are sitting, it's like, hold tight. I mean,
Right, and it's like much needed with us being a higher cost of living. The interest rates will help a lot more buyers get back into the market.
Yes. So, what can you tell us about the market? Like, what have you seen as far as how many deals you've done? I mean, you went through the whole COVID boom and everything, and I mean, before that, you were doing mortgages. So, what can you tell me about what have you seen?
Well, so the market's going to have it's a roller coaster ride. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. During the COVID peak of the real estate boom, I mean that was a high of a high, unprecedented times when you're doing 2.5% mortgages. So it's super busy. But mixed with like those high interest rate or lower interest rates, there was also a shortage of inventory, which has kind of been exacerbated to now, where it's harder to find supply to meet the demand. So now the interest rates are higher. There's still a lot of demand, but there's not enough supply. So that's why we have these higher prices. So, I feel like it's been harder for first-time home buyers, but there's programs and opportunities that can help those people get into homes. So we've been steady in coming into the end of March, and I see things picking up here going in towards April.
Yeah. So that's what we're all kind of hoping for. And I mean, that's what I'm telling my sellers. I mean, these interest rates, they do scare people. So as far as buy downs and things like that, do you think that that's something that people should be offering or?
Yeah. So, I mean, every customer situation is kind of individualized question, right? Buy downs make sense for some people and some people they don't. It depends on how long you're going to be in the house, how much it costs for the buy down and things like that. I mean, on some of the new construction homes, the builders are paying for the buy downs. So of course that makes sense. But every situation we look at it individually to see what's going to be the best for that customer.
Yes. So, okay. So what, do you think we'll ever see the days of like houses flying off the market like they were in 2 days, 4 days, multiple offers?
I feel like we're kind of there right now.
Okay.
Because I mean, the shortage of inventory, I feel like maybe not a day with multiple offers, sight unseen, but people are still moving their houses rather quickly because there's just not enough supply to go with the demand. So things are still moving quicker than normal. I would say a traditional market would be.
Yes. So, what do you think that sweet price point is?
The sweet price point, as far as how much demand you're going to get. I mean, I'd probably say around like 400. Would be you get a lot of demand in the 400.
That's what I'm saying. Anything over that 600 price point, it's kind of moving a little slower.
Yeah, I mean, it takes the right type of buyer to be able to buy a 600,000 plus house with higher interest rates and things like that. We have them here. Those houses are moving.
Hey, I've got 4 of them. I do. They're listed. Look me up.
That is awesome.
So,
question for you, Casey.
Yes.
So how do you feel about the NAR breaking news that's gone on?
Like I said at the beginning, North Carolina, I've been saying this all along, and I actually heard somebody on the news when I was sitting at the doctor's office earlier, and she was saying that we've kind of prepared for this, North Carolina. We've had the buyer's agency in place. The commission's always been negotiable. I negotiate mine with my sellers and buyers. It's just going to be a conversation you're going to have with those buyers agents, and or the buyer's agents are going to have those conversations with sellers. And if you work outside your market right now in North Carolina, like if, such as if I go to Wilmington, I have this conversation with those agents up front. I'm like, look, I don't have access to the MLS here, but I am going to be representing my client. What is the commission on this? And then I send them the commission form. It's all taking place before I even step foot in the house. So
yeah, that makes sense. North Carolina, that's how we've always done things. It doesn't really.
I think the states that haven't really been following suit with this, those are the ones that are like, this is horrible. So, and change is good. Like we were talking earlier about, I mean, the NAR, yes, it's going to keep everybody on their toes. It's going to weed out. We're just weeding out the ones. So I feel confident that I'm going to be just fine. I'm just keeping my head down and plowing along.
Casey, I know you're going to be fine. There's no doubt about that.
I'm here to represent my sellers and buyers, and that's my ultimate goal. And, and my sponsors and people I work with. So such as you. So, yeah.
Very good. Very good. I think we've just
How
covered, just given you a good sample of what you can expect from tuning into these market mixture updates. We touched on a couple of different topics, got to know each other a little bit more. So I'm looking forward to this, Casey.
I am too. This is exciting. And I mean, who doesn't want to know where the market stands? And this is a quick way for you to figure it out real quick. Tune in. And if you don't want to laugh and you just want to hear the market update, then fast forward to where we talk about the numbers. So and where things are standing. And then have a great month. So
love it.
So you think things are going to pick up in April?
Yeah, I'm already seeing a lot of more contracts coming in. I'm seeing a lot more people asking to get pre-qualified.
I'm getting a lot more calls on things.
Yeah,
like movement's picking up on properties more and more and more.
Good. Yeah, it's good news.
Having those conversations with your sellers and showing them you're doing everything you can to move their property. I mean, I sent him a YouTube video that I had put together for him, and his is on over 200 websites, global and here. And I mean, there's no rock left unturned for his house. So it's just getting those people to the front door.
That's awesome.
Yes. So, and I think that's another thing with the company I'm with, EXP, is they've done a really good job of preparing us for this. And like I said, for the whole NAR thing and for the, interest rates going up, they do a real great job of staying ahead of what's going on. So it's not like we have surprises and things like that, and keep us informed. So, I mean, and you got to remember, when people list with me, then they get a buyer. Hopefully they're bringing you to the table too. And
I love that, Casey.
Yeah. So
it's like full circle.
I mean, the deals I've done with you have been seamless. So we need to do more. Oh, I do have a question for you though. How hard money? How do you feel about that? Do you have people that do that?
I mean, it's nothing that we do internally, obviously, but in certain situations where client can't qualify for any type of program, and they can afford the high interest rate, it's good. Hopefully they can get the loan, then they can refinance later on. Mm-hmm. But you have to look at it on an individual basis. Mm-hmm. But you're definitely paying a higher rate when you're looking at hard money.
Yeah. Well, do you have a guy? Do you got a guy?
I mean, we know people who know people. Like,
yeah, we know people. So these are questions that keep coming up with me for my investors. That's the route that they're wanting to go more and more and more. So
yeah, I mean, again, it depends on everyone's situation. Obviously, I want to try to help them personally before I send them to a hard money guy. But I mean, if that can't happen, then we have someone that can help them, right?
Well, most of these people have cash. They just don't touch their cash. They'd rather play with other people's money. So it makes sense. I mean, they got where they are somehow. So not a question. So anyways, I'm climbing that way too. Well, this was fabulous. And if anybody has any questions or anything, don't forget to follow us. I will put a little ticker down that has our little names on it. So Jason, give your Instagram name.
Instagram is Moore, last name Moore, nevertheless 7.
Okay, and I'm at CB Stiers. And we will be here on Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, Instagram, all the places every week. So don't forget to tune in, or not every week, every month, the last Wednesday of every month at 5 o'clock. So look forward to doing this. So
Awesome.
everybody, go kill it this month.
All right. Have a
Go
great
sell
month,
some
guys.
houses, and we will see you next month.
All right.